Okay, hopefully we're back on. I have no idea. So here's the deal. It's Mama Chat, and it's just so Trish on Mama Chat, and I have crazy internet issues, like crazy internet issues, because somebody is working. They've cut the more than. So anyways, this is what I want you to know, and if we get cut off, it won't, because I had a chat room up just yet. Let's talk about staying healthy. We're going to talk about like what helps you. From my place, I've been doing Weight Watchers. I'm going to tell you, I fell off the Weight Watcher wagon. It didn't just like take off. It like showed up and backed up over me, like back and forth over me, and just a hot mess. I mean, I just can't even begin to tell you that enough. Just a hot mess. So anyways, hopefully here before. Is it freezing? Is up. Hopefully you've been here before. And welcome. I am a homeschool mom of 6, 8 to 13. I don't even know how to make the gesture for that. Is there a gesture for that? I don't know. I think I have it up. I think so. I have been doing Weight Watchers on and off again for 16 years. Just when I think I have this figured out, I don't. I'm just going to be honest. I doubt. Good. Look. You guys are guys. So April's here. Been waiting for me all morning. Oh, that's so awesome. Odette Stace says blessings all. Meadows is in the house. She's coming back from a snowy West Virginia from visiting family. Moss says, hey, Trish and friends. April says, you're freezing up. Yes, I'm seeing that. Oh, that's not good. But let me type that in there. Freezing up is not good. Oh, yes, hopefully it's freezing up pretty bad. And I'm not coming across very clearly either. At all. Okay, so maybe, I don't know. A short session today. It is frozen. This is not good, folks. Not good at all. Let me see if I can, what can I do? What can I do? Huh. So let's see if it gets a little better. Oh, keep talking, sweet. Okay, cool. Tatiana's in the house, so maybe you guys can hear me and not completely see me, which would be okay. Maybe okay. So anyways, I will tell you what happened, and it just got worse. So like the Weight Watcher wagon, I fell off. It ran me over, backed up, and just took off. And at first I didn't think it was too bad because I could kind of keep up, but it got really bad. So what I will tell you is I tripped it. I know me over the top. I'm glad you guys can see me. I can't see me because it was in. I know what sent me over, did it in, and it was one strawberry shortcake. It wasn't really the strawberry shortcake that did it at the fair. We were doing the fair. I even posted on Instagram like, I know I can eat it with my points. Well, yeah, that didn't work out so well because it wasn't just like, it was not the strawberry shortcake that did it. It was the fact that I was going so fast and so busy that I wasn't preparing and I wasn't getting on top of it. And I was kind of keeping up with that, but I couldn't keep up with that. And then it snowballed into, it just snowballed out of control. So one of the problems I've been drinking, Diet Coke got to the point, like, I was, like, drinking 3, 4, 5, 6 a day. Of course, they weren't Diet Cokes, they were Coke Zero. I had a hot fudge sundae today. That you guys are tolerating me, and I'm fuzzy. It's actually pretty amazing. I have so as I've been dealing with the fact that I've been drinking, I need to, like, and then on top of it, I'm drinking tons of coffee, and it was to the point, like, I couldn't get out of bed in the morning because I didn't have the cup of coffee. I needed to get out of bed to make the cup of coffee, get out of bed until I had a cup of coffee, and then it was like I didn't want to do anything. And so I've been dealing with that. And then, of course, all the issues I have with my daughter. So, we have a lot of influences there too. And at last month, I've told myself that it's okay that I can't do it all. I focus on one thing. Honestly, I'm at the point I had to draw the line last night. I said, get myself back on Weight Watchers. Then I need to take myself and just kind of put a hold there. So hopefully you guys are still with me. So I stopped drinking soda. I think I'm on 2 weeks now. And I'm waiting. Lori's sending me water kefir. So I'm waiting to see if that like helps out because I love the bubbly. But what? You have the same shirt, leggings, pants, not pants. I am. It's cold here. It's inappropriate, but I'm going to show you. So it's cold here, but my leggings are underneath, and they are Christmas. My husband messing with his brain. We're only eat food we don't want. Well, you're okay at first about eating the food, but then it started to make me sick. What I realized, like, and it didn't happen at first. It was then a little bit, then a little bit, and I just realized I was consuming. All I wanted was sugar and carbs. Sugar, carbs. The moment I'd eat more, I'm going to tell you, this is so embarrassing. It's not, because this is how bad it is. I would eat in the last few days. I've eaten 4 ice cream sandwiches in one day. One and eat another, and I still wasn't content. An apple turnover. I just couldn't get content on the amount of food. I need to give ourselves some grace. We give ourselves too much grace. Hey, our Mary. Green Gables says she loves my shirt. Walmart on a clearance night. I'm hoping you're not freezing up at all, because though I can't tell. But I just I couldn't figure out stop eating the carbs, where before I was really satisfied very easily, and now nothing satisfies. I figured it out. I know what hurts me. Okay. We have been brewing. Yes. Some absolute kombucha. Oh, no. I'm sorry. This is thinking awful. So my amazing kombucha leader than the store. Yeah, I'm right there. A baby can eat overgrowth, feel that way, but also teenage way too. I got a teenage girl. So oh good, it's just breaking up a little bit, but we're going to make me crazy. I realized I've been drinking out of, and if anywhere I've seen the tar out of means the which also means a lot, and bottles of kombucha every day. I know to help. I don't think at the massive amount that I at all under the name of probiotic. Yeah, under the guise, I've been devouring kombucha, and I think it just kicked me into enough that it kicked me into sugar, um, especially when I'm sweetening them with juice. Yeah, so I kicked that off, and so then I'm trying to like get it all back in. So I'm doing that with this massive cup of Good Girl Moonshine, because Good Girl Moonshine helps me a lot because it gives me that drink and I'm not drinking sugar, and I just find like I really kind of balance out, and it keeps me off of soda much better than kombucha. But I definitely realize like the sugar is killing me. The sugar is just killing me. So my deal is I need a blue dot every day. And if I can if I'm back to blue dot in my Weight Watcher app, I won't cancel my membership. But I know like some of my things too is I really need to be exercising and I'm not exercising. So what do you guys have? Do you have things that like, okay, I was on it and then I'm not on it? What is it that you find that helps you? And what is it that you find that hurts you when you're on plan? I love Weight Watchers. I think it's a great plan. I know one of the things I've been failing at is being prepared and planning what I need to do. I haven't done that too well. So I need to work on that. And so this morning I had toast and eggs. I had toast and eggs. I had a quarter of a cup of kefir milk, which is 1 point. The toast was 1 point. I had a 2-point Premier protein shake. I really want to get the new Premier cookies and cream. I want to try that one out in the peach. I have that. And then what else? I have, I had for lunch was a very 0 point lunch today. This is what I've been doing is I take a can of pinto beans or black beans, and I will rinse them, and then I put a can of Rotel, like the tomato pepper mixture stuff, and I'll pour it in there with some onions and things like that, and I'll bake it up, and I put some chicken breast in there, some cooked chicken breasts that were frozen. And then I had that over cauliflower. So not like super, super like amazing, but it still was something. Yeah, like my stuff is such a delay. It's like crazy. There. So I have no idea. And I'll do that. And I did that today. So that puts me in a really good place to be, I don't know, my whole thing's breaking up. So that puts me in a really good place to be kind of back on it. But I still have a hard time like staying on it and, you know, doing what I need to do to stay on it. And I want to make sure I don't lose that. One of my big things that I do that really helps, and today I started, is I will watch YouTube videos of the Weight Watchers, all the Weight Watcher mamas. Actually, my favorite one is Weight Watching. She's pretty fantastic. And I like to watch her food. It's their food hauls to get better at what they eat in a day, because of variety outside of what I'm thinking of. All right, so nobody's been able to comment here for a while. Oh, there we go. Nothing for me works unless I'm planning my meals out and living on salads with protein. And I have to exercise every day, even if it's walking. Otherwise, I fall off every wagon I've ever gotten on. Amen. That's so true, Dawn. And, you know, I'm running into like finding the time and the space to exercise in this situation here that it's really hard. And I feel like, and Tangi and I've talked about this on Mama Gets Fit, is, you know, exercising, your abs are made in the kitchen, number one, like the whole 9 yards, but feeling good feeling good and being able to stay on it and remember why you're staying on it, exercise has to happen. Well, and exercise is good for your overall health too. Um, and I find when I'm not exercising, I'm not nearly as invested in keeping up the diet. Even if, and then the crazy part, even though I'm losing weight, like I've noticed this round from last round. So last year when I was losing the weight, I was exercising too. And that was a huge thing. It was a huge difference. So this year I'm doing the Weight Watchers, but I'm not exercising. And found I don't look nearly as healthy as I did last time. Last time when I look at those videos, I just look like I'm glowing and I look like I'm just on it. And this round, I'm very much like, you're still pretty, like, no, 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 no. You need to do more. And that's been kind of like, what kind of deal? Um, Armory says, I'm tired of all kinds of diets and I just failed at all of them. I got tired of the yo-yo up and down and beating myself up every time I had a treat. I lost 60 pounds walking every day. Awesome. That is so cool. I love it. Exercise, um, exercise helps with stress. Awesome. I feel so bad that you have to live in a 700 square foot. I know. I know. So the person that was supposed to be buying the house will be out this weekend, and we have a pretty amazing realtor getting ready to list the other one. And as soon as that one's listed, well, even before then, actually, right now we're going through and looking at what we want to do and what if we want to build a house. We're actually still looking at. I know I'm totally like revering. We're debating on whether we want to just stick to another mobile home and get a bigger, more appropriate size one, or if we want to build a house. It is kind of hard. That would be a whole nother conversation. I've talked about it before because, it's to build a house would be a lot more money, which would be nice. Hey, Tracy. But we kind of need what we need now without a lot of money so that we have money that we're not still paying on this house that we built in 20 years kind of deal. So that's kind of a big deal. So we keep going back and forth. And so we're trying to get that like set up and figured out. And, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, but we're getting it done. So we should be figuring out something here in just a little bit. Well, awesome. Thanks for doing that. Pam says, should I eat fat-free or low-fat? I'm a diabetic. Please help. As a diabetic, you have to watch your sugar, not your fat. I have a hard time on low-fat diets. I do low-fat diets, but I have a hard time they're not sustainable. I will tell you, I mean, there's people who have pulled out of diabetic levels from doing keto, and they're eating lots of fat. So your problem isn't fat. Your problem is sugar. And you need to be very careful with sugar and very careful of the things that turn to sugar. And I think my mom and I were just talking about that because one of her friends, my mom is diabetic. And so I think she's supposed to keep her meals at 45 carbs or less and a snack a day at less than 15 carbs. And mom has done very successful at doing that. She just did that and she did really good. She did really good. Third channel says, going plant-based vegan is the only way I can keep my weight down. Counting calories and portion control was too frustrating and didn't help with the weight. Avoiding animal products and processed food does. Awesome. For me, the idea of going that is like how you feel. That would be very frustrating to me. To do that one. That's so awesome that that's what works for you. Isn't that really cool that we can eat in so many different ways, but you got to pick with one and stick. I definitely agree on the processed food. That is like a huge, huge thing. Now, Pam, here's the other part too. Let me put my disclaimer. I'm not a nutritionist and I'm not a dietitianist and I'm not a diabetes expert. I did have gestational diabetes. So I know that roller coaster ride you go through as a diabetic. I went through that in one of my pregnancies, and just like the kind of drunk feeling you get from sugar. But definitely make sure that you connect with somebody and they have nutritional classes. And that's what really helped me out the most, was taking a nutritional class. And sometimes you got to take it twice, and going and taking it twice so that you really like hone into like, there's certain things that are going to do better that you eat than other things. So Very Domestic says, for me, weekend meal prep has helped. I know, and I feel like I've been chasing my tail this last month and a half, 2 months. And like, we're almost into spring, and it's just like, I feel like I thought like we'd be slowing down, and we're not. In fact, we had a lot of ideas for plans to do this summer, and I don't think we're going to do them. It's just like, oh, that's too much. I can't do it. But I need to do better on meal prepping, and even just keeping myself prepared for me. So definitely keeping on eggs for me is a big help, is a super big help. I was doing the street tacos a lot. And then I kind of got over the street tacos. And for a while I was doing a bunch of like, I should do like an egg roll in the bowl, because that would be really helpful. I usually hate actually doing it, but I'm so glad I've done it on Monday. That's what I need to look into doing. Oh, April says, I have done the 8-hour diet, also known intermittent fasting, is the only thing that has worked for me in 12 years. I haven't been as strict as the last 2 months, but when I stick to it, I lose about 1 pound a week. That is really cool. I have a hard time sticking to that, the intermittent fasting, because what I found was when I intermittent fast, it like unleashed obsessive thinking about the food. And it became very overwhelming to me. Today I had a really good day though, like kicking it off. I think the best thing that really helped me, I know this sounds petty. I know this sounds like so just not anything, but what helped me was actually going to cleaning house while on the phone, if that makes sense. So I was cleaning the house while I was on the phone, and next thing I know, it had been like 3 hours. Now, granted, I wasn't on the phone with one person for 3 hours. I had like somebody called to get something taken care of, and I was like, okay, and I'm walking through how to do those things, and I'm cleaning and folding laundry, and then I had somebody who called about something I was in, I'm like, okay, and I'm talking to them, and then I talked to my realtor and getting all that game plan, and next thing I knew, it was noon, and I was like, wait, how did this happen? It's noon? Cool, it's noon. I'm like, got a living room clean. I haven't sat and ate food all day, because and not on top of it, my mom showed up with cinnamon rolls last night. And I'm just like, really? And I was smelling the cinnamon rolls this morning. But like, I've gotten to the point, like, I get it. Even if I have 1 or I have 100, I'm still not satisfied with it. Especially when you start getting the addictive. And not for nothing, but sugar is addicting. And I was just like, I realized, like, okay, self-control. I'm not going to be satisfied if I have 1, or I'm not going to be satisfied if I eat everything. I'm still not going to be satisfied. I can't. Crystal Meter made it. Van Meter. So I have Crystal Van Meter made it in. Hello. And Crystal at Connecting the Dots. Hello. Have made it. Tracy Woodman just said, I just realized I just bought that same shirt for my daughter and me. Woo! Hopefully you got it on clearance, right? My husband says my shirt's ridiculous. I say, whatever. I'll wear it if I want to. Mama Shmoo says, dropping in to just say hi, getting ready to head out of the house. Love ya. Love the color on you, by the way. Thanks. I like the color too. I have like a serious weird hair thing going on today, but you can't tell. Not really. It looks kind of good, right? It's like the grow out part. Terrible live chat for me as I down Dr. Pepper during my lunch break. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. I've been trying to. Girl, you got for $1 each. I think I got mine for $3. That's nice. So my hair is getting longer because I'm growing it out. No more whatchamacallit. I swear maybe like that's why I would look like a little bit, I don't know. And so I had like a headband thing on, and when I was done, it was like all like, it looked really strange for me. I didn't like it. So I got it pinned up. April says, I got that shirt for my sis. She loves legging yoga pants lifestyle. I don't mean to, but they're just so much easier. I can't ever find my jeans. And these take up so much less room in my little drawers of my little tiny house. I'm like, yeah, tiny house was meant for leggings because you don't have room to put clothes anywhere else. Stop for a potty break. I'm back. Woo woo. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm trying to reboot my Weight Watchers. And I'm rebooting it by laying off the kombucha. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm not brewing it long enough. I got to ferment it a little longer and get rid of all of the sugars in there. And then laying off the kombucha, laying off the sugar, drinking more water, and drinking more drink. Just drinking drink. Look at this big old sucker. So, doing the Good Girl Moonshine. This one's lemon and ginger because I really just needed the ginger back. But what I'm doing is I'm actually making half a gallon at a time, but I don't sweeten it. I actually pour it into my cup and then I sweeten my cup. So I'm not pre-sweetening it because I can't ever get it right and I don't want to waste my stevia, so I just do it that way. I love leggings, but there's 3 things that don't lie. 1 is a 5-year-old child, 2 is a drunk person, 3 and are leggings. I agree. I try to wear them only at the house. Only. Or unless I think I'm not getting out of the van. Oh my goodness, you want to talk about funny? Oh, I had a few experiences last week where I thought I was dropping off and not getting out. Maybe they were 2 weeks ago. And so like I just like last minute got him in the car, got there, and I'm talking like there is no support for the sisters. I mean, I'm not meant to be seen outside of like here up, because I drive the big van, so you only see me here up. I'm like, I'm good. I got there as walk-in day. I was like, hi, how are you? In leggings. I was not meant to be out of the van. I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm not really meant to be out of the van. I didn't realize it was walk-in day. I know that they're getting to the point they're like, that woman's crazy. I'm like, you're expecting too much of a mom with so many kids. Oops. Got to get them to be quiet. They're starting to yell in the whole 9 yards. Yeah, I'm just like, you are expecting way too much from me. So anyways, I did survive that. What else is going on? So I will tell you, let's see. I'm gardening a lot. Actually, I have like another video I need to put out for gardening. And I've been brewing kombucha. We've been brewing kefir, fermenting kefir. We're getting some kefir water coming. Just trying to do what I can do. That I can do. Like what are things that we can do? We're definitely trying to boost our probiotics. And in some ways, I felt kind of like, am I feeling worse because I'm pushing a lot of probiotics in my system, Tracy, Crystal says she loves leggings a lot. Tracy says love leggings, but only wear under my skirts and dresses. It was a long shirt. I wasn't supposed to get out of the van. I didn't mean to do that. But thankfully, everybody else was gone by the time I did get out of the van. Everybody. April says, I think I look good in something, but then turn and look at the backside of the mirror and it's like, then I'm like, no way. My thoughts are, I ain't looking back there, so I ain't worried about it. So I'll do it my hair looks really good, and then it's just a mess in the back and what, and I'm like, whatever, you can't see it from the front, and you better be only taking front photos because I don't care. Sodbusters in the house. Crystal says, I have a Weight Watchers near me. Awesome. Are you gonna start it? Heidi says, how does your daughter like the kefir? My kids are not fond of it. Okay. I was gonna do a video on this. I will still, like a little 3, 4, 5 minute video. They don't like it. They do not like kefir. I don't know. I mean, unless it's a kid that has never lived on sugar, I don't think they're gonna like it. So I take the kefir and I make smoothies out of it. I just put it in the Ninja thing, the blender, with my frozen fruit and my kefir milk and some maple syrup or honey or something like that, just to kind of sweeten it up a little more. And I blend it. They'll down it. They call it kefir ice cream and strawberry ice cream, and they'll eat it that way. But when it comes to actually like, hey, take a swig of kefir, not happening. Not happening. They're just not going to do it. So that's been okay. So I make a lot of smoothies again. So they're pretty happy. Sparrows and butterflies is here. Joining late, but you're here. Yay. Crystal says, yeah, I think I might. They have the freestyle program. Cool. Heidi says, good idea with the smoothies. My kids think it tastes like rotten yogurt. It does. It does taste like rotten yogurt. It kind of is. My back view is not the problem. It's the mama pooch after 2 C-sections and 50. Oh, girl. Yes, the mama pooch. That's the other thing is side profiles. I was at the event at the in Tallahassee for 4-H day at the Capitol. And I talked a little bit. I think I did a video on that. And anyways, so I've been thinking like I look good. I've got this. I'm looking pretty good. We're managing. And then I seen the pooch. Because I mean, they were candid photos and I was out and about. Nobody ever gets to take photos of me because I'm like never around anybody. But I had photos taken of me and I'm looking at these photos and I'm like, oh man, you know, I'm like, there's still the pooch. The pooch is still there. I think that's why they make Spanx. We got to put the pooch in the Spanx. I mean, we can't have it all. I mean, we made babies. That's good enough. We can wear some Spanx. I say that, but I'm not going to wear them because then I'm going to feel like too restricted. And then like I have the whole like anxiety issue and feeling claustrophobic. And there ain't nothing that makes you feel more claustrophobic than tight clothes. So yeah, I probably won't do it. And then knowing my luck, I'm like, I don't want to be able to get those things on and off to go to the bathroom. Do you know how hard that would be? And girl, if we got the ones that was just like the little sections, I've had those before. You know the ones I'm talking about that they're like they come to here and you wear them like this. They go to me, they go and they roll up. Like see, look, there's like legit rolls. It's just there. There's my shirt, Shalise. Leggings are not crossed out pants. And because it's cold, girl, it's cold. I got the leggings on underneath. My I already showed it off. I got socks on. I got my husband's socks on. I know. A little bit too much there. I got my Christmas leggings on because it's cold. Have you done a video about how 4-H works? I've done some. The really cool part is it's theme project-based learning that teaches not just like the responsibilities and skills you get from the project, but it also puts you in a situation where it's kind of like bringing you in where what you're interested in. And then we teach you citizenship and you learn leadership and you learn like a lot of really cool other life application ideas. Heidi says she calls it the mum pouch. Crystal says the struggle is real. Dawn says, I hate Spanx. I feel like a stuffed sausage. Yes, they roll. Sparrow says she loves the shirts. Leggings are not pants. But they are in my world. I don't even care. Just noticed they crossed out the knot. Lori, girl, I haven't gotten them yet. So hopefully they're in the mail today. My water keefers. She's got company. I stole away for a few minutes to join it. Oh, you're such a rebel. Lori has been such a huge help to me for helping me get my kombucha started up and getting through my kefir and the whole 9 yards. It's been awesome. Crystal says, I love leggings that are red and white, snowflakes all over. The Vic says, talk to you later. Got to get back to school. So behind today. I know. I called up Vicky and I was like, hey. And she's like, I would talk, but we just got started. I was like, no problem. Maybe later. Told my hubby Trish is on. He zipped his lips. Tanya's on a drive and she just crossed West Virginia and Virginia border. Check that out. She said, just checking. Yep, hopefully they'll be here today. Christy at Homeschool Hangout says, are you coming up to Orlando for the homeschool convention? Yes, as long as God willing and the creeks don't rise, I'll be there. I had a mom, she's like, do you think, what do you do when you're there? Do you do that? I'm like, I kind of socialize at the homeschool convention. I try to see as many people as I can see. I just love it. I love it. I feel like I'm with my people. Y'all don't look at me weird because we all weird. We're all good, Tanya says she's getting ready to drive by Virginia Tech. Cool. I had a girlfriend that went to school there. Her husband. Her and her husband. How is the redneck garden going? It's going really good. That's so funny. You like my boxes? I needed to do something good. I needed to get my seeds started, so I put them in there. Christine says we should do a meetup at convention. We should, because I tried last time. Like I did one day meet out, and actually Tatiana came in. And I did a really awesome video with Tatiana. I'm trying to get 4-H to put a booth there. And I'm like, I'll just come hang out at the booth and I'll tell everybody why they should do 4-H as a homeschool mom. But I haven't gotten there that far. Mustard seed is in the house. Amari says, Trish, do you have any luck growing tomatoes in your area? I live in Melbourne, East Coast, Florida, and can't seem to get them to grow. You are like in the tomato capital. Amari, there's no reason. You should be growing tons and tons of tomatoes. Melbourne is a great place to grow tomatoes. And even a little bit south of there is good. So the big part is making sure you got good dirt. If you just have a garden box with good compost in there, you should grow great tomatoes. My grandparents used to have a pot. They would have one tomato plant and they'd put the tomato plant in the pot and it would grow and they'd have these huge tomatoes all the time. So, yeah, do it. So the garden's doing really good. I kind of needed to jump in and I watched a couple things and I seen where they were using cardboard boxes. I was like, well, why not? And so I just sprinkled the seeds in there. So soon after they sprout up so high, I'm going to have to break them apart and put them into more places and spread them out. So hopefully I don't kill them at that point. Amari says, then I suck. Maybe it's, it could be, I'm not one to do good garden advice because sometimes in my best efforts, everything falls apart. Try looking, go to the feed store. I know there's not a lot of feed stores in Melbourne, but go to a feed store if you can find one, not Tractor Supply either. I'm talking somewhere where the old man behind the counter knows what's going on. And make sure you got the right dirt too. So Sodbuster says that was brilliant and it will help you stay healthy, right? Gardening is very healthy. Gardening has been my exercise and it's my quiet time. I go out there and water everything. I've got sunflower seeds. I have peppers. I have a lot of herbs. I'm hoping for a really nice herb garden this year. So we'll see how it goes. Mustard Seed says tomatoes are basically weeds, easy to grow. Crystal at Connecting the Dots says, I looked into 4-H curriculum and might order some that we would be able to implement to do here where I'm interested in. We'll look into late summer and make sure because they have 4-H in Canada. There's a Canadian 4-H. Tiny says, I want to put in a garden this year. Would love to add some berries and fruit trees to our first summer at the new house. Nice. I need to, one of the 4-H counties around here is selling peach trees. And so I actually need to call them today and see if I can reserve 2 and go up there and pick them up. And I like to do more blueberries. And I really want to get my things that I don't have to keep planting every year. I'd love to get that going. Lori says, as much as I'd like to stay for the live chat, I have to be a decent human being and go return to visiting with family. Our guest is our married daughter with their and that's visiting for a couple of hours. Oh, that's so sweet. Be right back. Okay. Mustard Seed says, if you have a hard time growing, take a sample of your dirt to the local nursery. They should be able to set you up. Yes. Crystal says, oh, cool. Trish, can you send me info for the 4-H here in Canada? Girl, all I would end up doing is Googling 4-H Canada. So do it. Do it. Tanya Meadows says, peach cobbler. You know, the Florida peaches are amazing. In fact, I am probably going to go get peaches in about a month. There's actually in South Florida here a place to go buy peaches. You get to pick them. I have a video somewhere. I think I need to, I don't think I finished editing it. I know this is going to be sad. I have like 30, 40 videos that I have sitting there. I have this really amazing one when I took the kids to do a seagrass walk, a marine biology walk at one of the parks in the area. And it was beautiful. It was in February. It was cold. It was just like the right amount of cold. And it was such an amazing, amazing thing. And I started editing the video and the whole video crashed. And I was like, and I have now gone back and fixed it. Oh, that's neat. Picking peaches, the best. Yes, it was so much fun. You cannot get good peaches in the store. No, you can't. And then like there's places here in Florida, like there's somebody, and it's like in this weird location. It's like at the crossroads of 70 and 27. Anybody knows where those crossroads are? It's between nothing, nothing, and nothing. It legit is an hour from nothing and nothing and nothing. And so out there in this one person, but it's a heavily trafficked spot. She has a Facebook page, and she goes and buys peaches in Georgia and comes back and sells them in that one spot. For years now, we've bought them from her. And it's just kind of funny because it's like in the middle of nothing, between nothing and nothing. But, you know, and that's where she lives, and that's where she sets up, and you just make the hour drive and you go out there and get it. So it's pretty cool. It does take a lot of time to edit. That's, if you've noticed, I've been kind of back to just like making a video with all my quirks and just leaving it because I'm like, I don't have the time, and it's better than nothing. I'll put something there, better than nothing. I do have a video coming out about using my Amazon boxes because here in Florida, we do start earlier, and I'm kind of late on the ball. But at the same time, we have 3 seasons, and our summer season will start, I think, around June. But all we can grow are southern peas and okra. If you're lucky, a tomato and a shade tree. It gets too hot. So trying to do that. I've just had a hard time like making time to sit at the computer. I just, you know, as much as it's like trying to stay healthy, it's also like trying to stay mentally healthy too. And I this week is really the first week like we just haven't been all over the place, and that has been really, really nice. Not usual, but very nice. So that's good. And then down here, we're getting ready to freeze again. I know we turned into a garden. I know, I feel like I need Tangy. I keep calling Tangy every time. I'm like, hey, I just planted this. Isn't that great? Mayflower Homeschool says, Trish, any news on what you're using for curriculum next year? Yeah, I think I've got it figured out. I know I haven't talked about it. I need to do a video. See, again, actually, that's the plan today, is to sit down and make this one video. We are going to join Classical Conversations next year. So that will have a lot of our curriculum laid out for our older kids. We have been using Saxon Math also this year. We actually went into Saxon Math, and we've made amazing gains on that. And I think we're going to stick with BJU spelling. And we might actually stick with BJU reading. I'm not entirely sure about that just yet, but we might. What else? I have ACE kindergarten. I might be doing ACE kindergarten with my son, my 5-year-old. And I know I did a video like, don't get caught up trying to teach them to read in kindergarten, because I mean, he has his delays and I don't want to make myself crazy. And because of that, I think that's why I'm going to use ACE. A lot of ACE has a lot of practicing discipline over practicing the, phonetics and getting caught up with phonetics. It's like that other stuff they used to do in kindergarten is there. And I feel like it'd be a little bit more relaxed and easier to go with. So at this time, I'm thinking of that. And yeah, I don't know. Monique says classical conversations looks amazing, but I know my children's personality could not find it would not find it a good match. My pocketbook can't face it either. I will tell you this, with classical conversations, definitely go and meet with the director or go and do one of those call outs and they'll meet with you and they'll talk to you about the program. But try and do an open house, because going and meeting the director. So I met the director. I went to a meeting for Foundations and Essentials. I went to a challenge meeting. Then I went to an open house. And I was shocked. And I fell in love. So I will be tutoring this year in order to offset the cost of doing it. But I like the fact once you get started in there, a lot of the curriculum is reusable. And I like the fact that we're going to fully, I don't know, kind of ride the rave, go with the flow. And you know me, I am such a relaxed homeschooler. And so I'm not going to get caught up in crazy things, but I am going to love the conversations that are going to take place. Ari says, love your videos, Trish, former Florida, living in the cold now, miss that sun. Right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of cold. I'm doing my best. I think it's 57. Last I checked was 57. It's 64 now. Whoa, it got warmer. Alicia says, my perfectly imperfect life, from my perfectly imperfect life, says, so glad I caught you live. Thank you. Crystal from Connecting Dots says, yes, agree, Trish. We use some ACE for some stuff right now, and it's giving the kids good discipline and small books to complete at a time, as well as helping with character traits. Yes. Tanya says, I'm riding in the car with a retired kindergarten through third grade teacher from South Carolina. Awesome. I hope she's enjoying the show. Sure, Ari says, using ACE here too for the year. Good. We're Crystal at Connecting Dots says, we're joining a homeschool group next year with some co-ops. Awesome. And it's snowing in Canada. I couldn't even handle it. It's too cold for March for me. I'm like just a few weeks ago, I was out in the sun sweating. I'm not gonna lie, I was loving it. And now I'm just I just want to go out there and be bundled up. I don't move well when it's cold. I'm a baby. I know. I'm completely aware. I'm a baby. I'm a big baby when it gets cold. Yeah, so I've been really impressed with what I've seen for CC. So we're definitely going to give it a year. My daughter went and did an open house, and she was just like, "Yeah, I love this." Don says we're sticking with ACE for math and English and word building. I love it. Just switch to THTB for history and science, and loving it. I don't know what THTB is. It's not the good and the beautiful. Maybe it's supposed to be the good and the beautiful. G and H are really close. I think it's the good and the beautiful. Iris says, you're not a baby, cold is cold. Right? Especially with my thin blood. Listen, I can out roast you guys. I can sit out in that sun and deal with that much longer than the rest of y'all. It was like spring, summer a week ago, right? It was. Crystal says, we're sticking with ACE. Thanks for the videos you made on those. That's how I found you. The paces have been great for us. I my kids like the paces too. What I ran into is I've had a hard time keeping track of stuff, especially living here, keeping track of stuff. And I will say I actually like the BJU English a lot more than I expected. But when I started looking at the classical conversation English for 4th through 6th grade, I love the simplicity of it. I mean, and it's 100% reusable. You just start over each year and reuse the whole thing and you do it over again. Um, and I like the idea of really just starting simple and getting harder, of identifying, breaking up the words, all the different words in there, and then diagramming it. I think it's just phenomenal. Christine Stolley says, back to 4-H, where do I find a local club for us to join? Do I just go to the 4-H website? Is it too late to join this year? It's kind of too late to join this year, but not really, because there'll be summer stuff going on. So you could totally jump on. So not necessarily a club, but you can totally jump on the stuff for the summer, like the summer camps and everything. Go to your county extension. So there's a county extension office in your county. In Florida, it's called IFAS. And you can just put your county's name and just put, Alachua is where it's out of, Alachua County Extension Office, or Alachua County IFAS. And you would then search that term and you should find it right away. And call them up and talk to the 4-H agent. Just tell them you're interested in 4-H and you'd like to talk to the agent or whoever's in charge, and you can find out more about it. But it's really, really good stuff. Crystal at Connecting the Dots said, I went over to Andrea Mills for the making own schedule cards. I like BJU spelling and the reading have those two. ACE literature is good too. I found ACE literature very advanced, crazy advanced. And I like CLE reading, but I do like BJU's reading in the elementary. What it comes down to, it's all really good. It's just picking what fits you the best. Like I had one I gave advice to because she wants kind of more of those PACE booklets. And I said, honestly, in all honestness, I said, I would do ACE math, hands down. I love their math. I would do ACE math. I would do Christian Light English because your spelling, handwriting, and English is all in there. I would do Christian Light Reading. I would do Christian Light Bible. But I would do Science and History, either Alpha Omega, Life Pack, or ACE, like depending on the one. I like the way ACE is laid out, but I also like the way the graphics are. But honestly, I think I'd like ACE better. I would probably go ACE on both of those. Because Life Pack is like, hey, know these words, but it doesn't give you a practice like to really get those words down. So probably ACE on that way. Alicia from My Perfectly Imperfect Life. We used ACE for the past 2 years and have really enjoyed it. I am trying using the Good and the Beautiful and have been impressed with the amount it covers in not so much time. We will see. Yeah, and I haven't played with the Good and the Beautiful. I kind of have a feeling once we plug into CC, I probably will not unplug. But it's me, so like who knows? But I really need the entire community feel. I really need that ironing sharpen iron. I really need that keep me on a schedule. And at this point, I don't even care what we're using as long as I have that help. And I have a feeling it's going to do that for me. Crystal says, I do, but I put them back a grade. It makes the kids use the weak areas of the brain and leaning and helping them branch out. Good deal. Yeah, so I mean, those are just my opinions, and that's just from my experience. Now, remember, when we're homeschooling, I'm homeschooling highly distractible ADHD kids. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because I was just like, oh, like I should do a video about dealing with the videos. I will tell you, we are not using most of these that I spent all that money for. But I am for second grade. It took a while, but it got us to a place that she was ready to use them. There's a lot of them I don't use for her, but I need her to be independent, which is the way life is, and it's made it very helpful. I can't even get my older ones to use the English one. So I'm using the English one, but it's been good. It's good quality time with them doing the English one. And then they're doing reading. So like BJU, they're doing English, spelling, reading, Bible, handwriting. And for the most part, they're able to do the reading on their own. I don't ask of all the extra stuff. And when she's doing the videos, and I'm like, oh, we're supposed to make this. I'm like, you're not making that. You're just doing the lesson. Nothing else. To me, there's a lot of busyness to the DVDs that I wasn't prepared for. My daughter hated ACE math, but is thriving in teaching textbooks, trying to remind myself that I need to be flexible. That is the part of the joy, not my type A strong suit. It is, and it's finding what works. I had to do like a beat down. I hate to say it that way, but it's kind of that way. It's like, they're just going to do it. Because I kept changing math programs for my kids because I'm like, listen, do it. Just, you need to enjoy this and do it. In the end, they weren't doing it. And so I just had enough because I've spent a lot of money on so many different things that I just was like, I'm done. I've had enough. Welcome to Saxon. I don't care if you like it or not. Read it and do the lesson. Well, we're in a full month of doing Saxon. Like some days, multiple lessons. And that has been amazing. I really look forward to the point that they finish the textbook, and they will finish the textbook because darn it, they need to. Sometimes we just need that. So they're going to finish those textbooks. And at that point, what they really just needed was me to be that rock in the hard spot and just say, that's what you're doing. Tracy says, my daughter hated ACE due to she felt like it was childish to her, but she can't wait to get into this books. Writing like those. I froze for a little bit. Ashley says, do you have any advice that is not curriculum related to help a 14-year-old boy's ADHD when doing school? All right. Number one, I don't have an ADHD 14-year-old yet, or boy, and for that fact. So hypothetically, some people thrive in being in a quiet spot and they feel like enclosed. So like my husband on the one side of ADHD, he feels better focused when there's like stuff piled up around him and he's kind of like in a little hole. And for me, I don't. Actually, if you put me in a really loud place, like it's really busy, can you take care of that, please? I focus better. Bubba focuses really well with music. And so a lot of times he has like a tape deck. I think he was listening to some Kenny G today. It's a tape deck, so it's only older music that we have access to. And he does really well with music. Some of us can't focus with movement around us, and so that be a problem. And the thing about ADHD is there's not a one size fits all. There's different things that make our brain ticks. It's just the fact that we can easily focus on some things over others. And as easy as it's to think that we're not focusing, the problem is we are focusing. We're just focusing on the wrong stuff. I agree, sometimes you have to push through and they need to know you're not going to change your mind. It's still hard, but after a while they quit fighting. Right, and that has happened here with that. But so that's the big part. If he's having a hard time focusing, is it that he's having a hard time focusing on what he needs to be focusing on versus something else? And he's probably getting focused on something else. And with that aspect, you need to figure out a barrier to put up between that and something else, or how to take that away. Because our brains are quickly going to jump the wagon and go to something that's more interesting. even if it's really just listening to the sound of a pencil tap a table. Believe it or not, there's sometimes compared to what we're doing that is way more interesting. So what do? Sometimes you need somebody who's just like, stop. You need, that is that like self-control mechanism that's an external one, like stop. Sometimes it's a fact of like, okay, well, dude, less is more, but for some people, more is less. That is probably not helping you, but I hope, somewhere in there it does help you with him. It's been sad because as I'm understanding and learning more about our ADHD and my trials and tribulations, I think the hardest thing is for a non-ADHD parent to have an ADHD kid. Being an ADHD parent with ADHD kids, I totally get some of it. It doesn't make it less frustrating. I mean, it can be like chaos, crazy at times, but the oh yeah, thank you. Don't forget to give me some thumbs up. Even though it can be chaos crazy sometimes, I get the things that make you tick. If you don't have ADHD, you don't understand. It's a focus issue. It's not a lack of focus. It's the fact that we get so focused on other things. I've been having a hard time. I have things that are due that I need to be sending out and stuff that I can't get done. And I can't get them done because I'm focused on other stuff. Or one of them is I get focused on being old, if that's not crazy. Like, it has been so crazy here that to sit outside here is just insane. It's just too hard. I don't want to do it. And so I just didn't do it. And I can't focus in there because there's too much stuff. There's just too much right in my face. So anyways, I hope that helps. I do need to get off here. I got to get that stuff done that I haven't gotten done. Maybe I'll make a video. Run on deadlines. I know. I got to get that stuff done. I got to get that application for CC done. I'm so close. I'm like this far and I'll be done. All right. So I'm going to talk to you later. I'm going to just close this up in prayer. I do want to thank you for joining in and like sticking through all the craziness of not having a good internet, but thankfully it kind of worked itself out. And I'm just hoping that you guys are doing okay in your healthy journey. If you're still here at this point, thank you so much. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to share me in groups that you find to be helpful. And leave me some comments. Let me know, answering my questions. Why do I have to go? Just knowing that it is as complicated as it feels makes me step back a little and we'll look at his distractions better. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I know. I wish I could give you like, here's how to fix it all, but it's so hard. It's really just so hard. Sodbuster's like, I'm here. I'm finally here. Why are you leaving? And I should be here next Thursday. I know next year when school does start back up for us in August, we will be changing the date of Mama Chat. I'm thinking of Thursdays. I haven't figured it out. I'm thinking Thursdays. I still like this time slot though. Early afternoon. Okay. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that we've gotten to come together once again. Lord, thank you for seeing our time together through some technical difficulties and our internet issues. Lord, thank you for the ability to come together and share our hearts and our minds together and just build each other up and be encouragement for one another. Lord, there's times that we're dealing with things and it's a struggle, whether it be with our health, whether it be with our children, whether it be with learning. Lord, the devil's there to trip us up each time, and you allow it to happen, Lord, because you have a plan for us and you have a place to take us with it. Lord, let us be ready to learn. Let us be ready to be doers of your will. Lord, and just be with us as we make this journey through motherhood with our children and with our homeschooling for those that do that. And Lord, just be with us as we get through the day. In your son's precious name I pray. Amen. Oh, cool. You'll be in your new city. Yes, that's a good girl, Moonshine Girl. You're going to have to go back and watch. Or you can call me or whatever. There's my son. You're so funny. Then he looking more like me. He's so funny. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, girl, you made it in. Priscilla Shaw made it in. Bye, Dawn. See you later. Oh, wait, I don't even know. How do I? There it is.